Okay, here we've got Act 1, Scene 4, and 6 lines between line 55 and line 60. And there's a few important things to remember about the context here. Most importantly, Duncan has made a very, very big announcement. And the announcement that he made was that he was going to reward lots of people who are helpful to his political campaign, and he's going to help them grow and prosper. But he has also named his son Malcolm to be Prince of Cumberland. Prince of Cumberland is a title that basically means heir to the throne. It means that you will be the next king. So Duncan has, in effect, named his son to be the next king. There's a few things about that that are important. For one, most of us today sort of assume that the eldest son is next in line to be king. But at this point in Scottish history, that was not true. At this point in Scottish history, the next king was appointed by the Assembly of Thanes, and the next king had to be somebody who had displayed worthiness. And quite rarely was it the son. It was more likely that it was somebody in the family, perhaps a cousin. And you might remember that Macbeth is a cousin to Duncan. So here, when Macbeth turns aside after hearing that Malcolm is named Prince of Cumberland, is named heir to the throne, he says, the Prince of Cumberland, I might put a couple of question marks here because he's frustrated by it, he's questioning it. And he says, that is a step on which I must fall down or else overleap. This Prince of Cumberland is a step on which I must fall down, on which I'm going to trip over perhaps, or else I need to leap over him. If I don't leap over, perhaps I might fall. Okay? In my way, this Prince of Cumberland lies. But he really describes him as a step, right? It lies in front of me, like a step lies in front of me, and I might trip on it, or I might climb over it. And then at this point he turns his direction from the Prince of Cumberland and this apostrophe to and about the Prince of Cumberland. And he turns up to the stars. And this comma tells us that he's talking to the stars. So he's telling the stars to hide their fires. Think about the sky in the night for a moment, right? The stars that we see up there are things that are burning, right? And they shine light down upon us. Now, lots of us have different associations with the heavens and with what's above us. But for Macbeth, and for lots of other people, when the sort of heavens are looking down upon us, that is at least symbolically represented by the stars in the sky shining their light down. So he wants them, the stars, to put their fires out, to hide them, because he doesn't want their light to see his desires. Why not? Because his desires are deep and they're black. And we want to watch out for negative associations with this word because it's such a culturally heavy word. He doesn't want the light to shine on his desires because he perhaps feels badly about them, because they are conflicting or conflicted, because they are dangerous. Whatever it is, he does not want the stars to shine their light on his desires. This sentence perhaps is the most confusing of what he says here. If you think about winking and blinking, right? These are words that relate to the closing of the eyes, and when you close your eyes you cannot see certain things. So one of the motifs in the play that comes up a lot is what you can see and what you can't see, and perhaps what you imagine and what is real, and the complexities therein. He wants his eye not to see what his hand is doing until it's all done. He's afraid. We know this because Banquo noticed that he was startled earlier, and he's afraid to look on what he is imagining. He's afraid to look on his desires. He doesn't want the light to shine on them. So it's not just about the stars seeing his desires. In many ways, it's about his own self recognizing and acknowledging his desires.